with every purchase. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet and greet people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Hi, my name is Dan Aldridge. I'm here to let you know about the Aldridge Law Firm and the soon-to-be-announced Legal Town Center. I've been practicing law in Alabama since 1984, and I also practice in Tennessee. And I'm from North Alabama, and I'm here to represent you and take care of your legal needs. For many of us, hiring an attorney is not high on the priority list, and maybe a little scary. But it's something that we all need at some point. So by all means, do your homework. And if you need representation for car accident, wrongful death, medical malpractice, nursing home abuse, or estate planning, or any other matter, just give us a call at 256-534-3188. And you can email me at Dan, that is Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. God bless America.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
There is power in caring when it is put into action. Each year, our bankers serve on nonprofit boards, support our local educators, and volunteer with our hometown food bank. I'm Bobby Humphrey, Vice President of Business Development for Bryan Bank, and community service is just not a line item in our mission statement. It's who we are. Because after all, Alabama is our home too. That kind of commitment to community might not be what you would expect from a bank, but it's exactly what you can expect from us. Give us a call or stop by one of our 2 offices in the Huntsville area and experience unbeatable service and legendary result.
Bryan Bank Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID 2428943, member FDIC.
Calling all UAH Charger students and parents. Welcome to Nexus, the first student apartment community built especially for you. Nexus is brand new, located next to the UAH Fitness Center. Enjoy your own bedroom, bathroom, fully furnished units, kitchen, washer, dryer, study room, and game lounges. And best of all, an easy walk to campus and classes. Call today to enjoy the complete college experience. Move in before fall classes start. 256-683-3939. And go Chargers.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
Well, you guys also do insurance restoration.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
There you go. There you have it. Just like that. We're off, we're running, we're brand new. We are Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond. Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. Glad to be back. Safe travels into work, into school, wherever you may be headed on this Tuesday morning. 256-576-4977. That's the number of the phone lines. You can join us throughout the morning. Right now, 77 degrees. Feels like 77 degrees. Your high today should be around, it's going to be a little warm one today. Should be around 88 degrees. A warm one yesterday as well. But you can join us throughout the morning. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to get through today. Alabama does indeed name a starting quarterback. If you've been following the show at all, it's really no big surprise as to who they named as their starting quarterback yesterday. The preseason AP poll is out. I know Drew hates the preseason rankings, but there's some numbers to go over as far as the preseason rankings go. If you're looking at schedules and who's playing who down the road and Indiana versus in Penn State and Missouri, Georgia, Alabama, all these schools, Oklahoma, Florida. If you compare schedules, the SEC once again just proves why they are the toughest conference or toughest league to play in America. Possible trouble for Oklahoma quarterback John Mater. We say possible, and I say that with an exclamation point because either somebody is having really great fun with him on Venmo or he got himself into some hot water as far as gambling goes. Enough so that the NCAA is kind of scratching its head saying, hey, John Mater, we may want to take a look at your Venmo account. May want to take a look at it. So we'll talk about that. Got a lot of stuff to get through, but yesterday, shortly after our show, shortly after Alabama was in their team meeting, they officially, they mentioned it and reports started coming out yesterday that Ty Simpson will indeed open the 2025 season as Alabama's starting quarterback. Teammates, they were informed of the decision yesterday during a meeting. And if you've been following the spring and the fall, Kalen DeBoer, Ryan Grubb have said multiple times that Simpson would be the starter if things went right. He had command of the huddle, just had consistency. That's been the word of fall camp. 4th year on campus for Simpson, starting quarterback.
No shock. Anybody paying attention, unless you're under a rock. Everybody knew we had been telling you it was going to be Ty Simpson, and didn't start leaking out till last night. Matt Zenitz was the first one I saw with it from CBS Sports.
Tuscaloosa News was the first guy.
I saw somebody credit Colin Gay, but I saw Matt Zenitz, so that's who I'm crediting. And Colin Gay is a good dude, and I'm sure he had it as well since he works for the Tuscaloosa News. But the first thing I saw go across my feed was Matt Zenitz, I guess because I don't have Colin Gay on alert. But again, good job by those guys getting it out there, and it's nothing earth shattering.
No.
Ty Simpson's going to be the quarterback, and barring injury, has a chance to have a really good year and establish himself. So some people thought they'd wait till after the second scrimmage on Saturday to announce it. No need, because I think Ty has done everything in the offseason to earn this opportunity. Played well in the first scrimmage and has been one of the best leaders on the football team. And so Austin Mack certainly, I think, performed pretty well Saturday. And Keelan Russell has a lot of talent, but their time is not right now.
Chris Lowe putting out there yesterday that Simpson impressed DeBoer with the way he performed last spring. The thought, and this is from Chris Lowe, he said the thought with Saban and the previous staff going into the 23 campaign was that Simpson was likely to be the guy, but he didn't play with confidence, and there Jalen Milroe won the job.
Exactly. What have I said 1,000 times? That they thought Simpson was going to be the quarterback, not Nuke. Okay?
Yes.
That's why Nuke got benched after the Texas game, because he sucked. And He became a good player, but he was never a great player. He was never someone you were going to win a championship with. And before somebody tells me, yes, he won an SEC championship. With Alabama's not judged by SEC championships. They're judged by national championships, and they were never going to win one with Nuke. Okay. That's just bottom line. He was a good football player. He wasn't good enough. And unfortunately, Ty Simpson wasn't ready at that time. And much like probably Mac Jones wasn't ready earlier in his career. So we'll see if it follows the same wavelength. Mac ended up winning a national championship in his only year as a starter. Is this going to be Ty Simpson's only year as a starter? And can he win a national championship? Can he break it's just been such a long drought since Alabama won a national championship, and it was all of 2020. So we'll see. So I don't know, but I think Ty won the job. I've always thought he had, a lot of potential, really good athlete, better athlete than people give him credit for. I think he's a really good fit for DeBoer's system. And I thought he would win the job 2 years ago, but you never know what's going on as far as anxiety goes, as far as the mental approach and the makeup, how mature a guy is. That's what you don't know. And, Jalen Milroe took advantage of that. I would say that he approached it a little bit better, but I'll also say this too. He was fortunate that Ty wasn't ready, because it allowed him to take advantage of a situation and probably get a longer leash than he should have had, because with all the sacks that he took and all the turnovers that he had as a redshirt junior, his ass should have been benched, but he wasn't. So, I mean, he like I said, but you have to say he was a good player. He put up good numbers, but I think he held the offense back last year, no doubt about it. I'm not going to sit here and pussyfoot around and bull crap, because that's what I don't do that.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No. 256-576-4977.
Matter of fact, he was boat anchorish. Okay.
Boat anchorish.
Even though I did watch the Georgia film yesterday, and he played amazing in that first half. Of course, he played like dog manure in the second half, but still, he played an amazing first half, and he had amazing ability when he was on.
Right.
But the problem is he was the epitome of inconsistency, and was not a good in the pocket, and was not a good passer of the football, even though he had a strong arm.
Would Blake Sims or Jalen Milroe win a quarterback battle?
Blake Sims for me. He can throw the deep ball, and I've seen him throw the ball against zone defenses very effectively. I think Blake Sims is a better quarterback. I don't care what anybody says about him being a running back. If you want to talk about somebody being a running back, Milroe was more of a running back than Blake Sims. But
because Blake didn't win a national title, right?
No, he won an SEC as well,
right? But and Jalen didn't win one, so they both have something in common. They
were similar styles.
Yes.
Jalen was bigger, stronger, faster. Blake was a good runner when he needed to be, but I think Blake was a better pocket passer and definitely one of the better deep ball throwers that people forget about. I mean, I think everybody wants to say, well, he had Amari Cooper. Well, he had to get Amari Cooper the football, because guess what? Ryan Williams could have put up, over 1,000 yards last year, but he was running wide open and having the ball hit him in the feet, okay, or overthrowing him by 5 yards. So, in other words, improve your accuracy.
In other words, they were telling them what passes they were thrown because Nick couldn't get the ball over the plate.
I mean, just hey, man. Go back and watch the Tennessee film if you want to puke.
Let's go out to the phone lines, shall we? AC is with us as we get you started on a Tuesday. Morning, AC.
What's up? Morning, AC.
Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for taking my call. How you guys feeling?
We're doing well. How are you?
Doing good.
Good, man. Good. Mr. Drew, I appreciate you for coming on Mr. Fowler's show and educating these losers out there. They don't know anything. So I appreciate you for that. And it's been since June, Mr. Fowler has been talking about it. Ty Simpson about to be soon to be a failure with Kalen DeBoer. He's going to be the starting quarterback. So I don't know why it's a breaking news. I mean, it was out since June. If I'm Austin Mack and what's a Kalen Russell, if I'm them, I'm asking for a transfer right now. That was disgrace. They should go to Michigan, where Michigan beat out Alabama and put them out of their misery. This is exactly what's going to happen. And Mr. Scott, did I hear you correctly? You said SEC is the toughest conference and league. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Sir, did you see what Big Ten did to SEC? They stifled them. Big Ten won back-to-back national championship, and they don't get the credit. It's fine. When SEC crumbles again this season, I'll remind you once again, SEC is a total failure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a 12-team playoff.
Oh, this is Tuesday humor. Tuesday humor.
You can't fix stupid.
You can't. They win two.
Bye-bye, Iowa.
They win 2 national championships in a row. Yes. Is their run good? Yes. Their run is great. But the SEC is still, from top to bottom, the toughest conference in college football. There's no way around it. I don't know how you're going to try to tell me it's not. Oh. And look, yes. Ty Simpson going into fall camp was the favorite to win the starting job. There's no secret about that. But the thing is, you still have to go out and earn it. You still have to go out and perform. You still have to go out and do everything. And you know what? Ty Simpson did that. I mean, you still have to check all the boxes before you name him starting quarterback at the beginning of fall camp. I mean, you got to go out and at least prove it.
Well, so far so good. AC is he's an idiot that thinks hockey's more important than football.
That would explain a lot of it then.
Yeah, praise Allah. Yeah. But again, that's look, Ty still has to go out and perform. I mean, he's been given the starting quarterback job. That's it.
Yes.
So, I mean, you still have to go out and do it in a real game, but he's earned this opportunity. It was never a real competition in my eyes because he didn't allow it to be. When he had the maturity issues a couple of years ago, I'll be honest with you, I thought he might have earned a chance to play the next week after he rallied the team against South Florida, but it wasn't a pretty performance if you go back and even look at that game because it was a 10-3 game. Jalen Milroe, he after the benching, he came back and he won the team. He didn't play exceptional, but he played well. And overcame a bad turnover, which that was basically the one thing that was his bugaboo of his entire career. He threw a bad interception in the end zone against Ole Miss, but he came back, won the game, and he won the football team. You could tell the team was behind him. And he ended up having a good year that year. He was a Heisman candidate. He kept his turnovers to a minimum. Now, his last year, the turnovers got out of hand. I thought maybe they would go to someone else, but they were between a rock and a hard place because Milroe was a 2-time captain. He was a leader of the football team, so they went with Milroe. Now, I mean, I do think they're going to go with Ty, but he has to play well. And so I think he's earned it. I don't think it's been any kind of fluke. I mean, AC can think Ty's going to fall on his face. We'll see. But he'll be given a chance to play and play well. I'll take, Kalen DeBoer's football IQ over AC's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, my man, you don't spell football with a U.
All right. Well, it's 7:14.
Or an OL.
It's 7:14, yes. Oh, yeah, I know your favorite. The AP preseason poll is out, but it does give credence to the fact that what the AP people think about the SEC and the Big Ten in the preseason polls. We'll explain all that coming up next. It's Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job.
It's a good one. Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your number one choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
We are a championship school, and school is in session.
Makes the catch, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks the tackle, scores.
Join us Saturday, August 30th as the Crimson Tide open the 2025 season in Tallahassee against Florida State on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The Atlanta Braves.
3-2. Swung on, ground ball up the middle. Let's go for a ride. Here comes Eli. Across the plate standing. Braves win. Never gets old, does it?
All season long on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
No music. Welcome back. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. You wanted something to be there. You tried to make something there. Just not there. No. All right. 256-576-49.
That's what happens when you take a call from AC. Deport him.
Just ruins the rest of the flow, right?
Yeah, he needs to be deported.
Oh, either a really bad accent or
he's an idiot's what he is. I've dealt with him in Tuscaloosa, and he tries to I don't know why certain people wake up. I guess he's the Middle Eastern version of Jeff.
Oh boy. Again, 256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You can join us. Just letting you know that Ty Simpson named Alabama starting quarterback. The AP preseason poll did come out yesterday.
Yep.
And no surprise, Texas, your preseason number 1 in the AP poll. Now, good news, bad news. 19 of the past 21 years, the national champion was ranked among the AP preseason top 7. The exceptions, easy word for me to say, Florida State, number 11 in 2013, and Alabama and Auburn.
You mean the greatest team ever?
Yes, the greatest team ever in 2013.
Because they dodged Alabama.
And Auburn, who started at number 22 in 2010.
The year before.
Yep. But 19 of the past 21 years, the team that's been ranked number 1 in the preseason has not gone on to win the national championship. Only those 2 teams have accomplished that. In last year's preseason poll, 13 of the 25 finished the season unranked. So that just tells you how much how much the preseason rankings actually mean.
Mm-hmm.
And after the 25 teams were released, Vanderbilt now remains the only power conference team that has never been ranked in the preseason.
Poor Diego. He's already predicting a national championship, man.
Yep.
Just tell him AC will give him the trophy.
Every year for the past 22 seasons, except 2019, I wonder why, there's been at least one preseason top 10 team that has finished the year unranked. Last year, number 9, Michigan, and number 10, Florida State.
Wait a minute. AC said the Big Ten was the most dominant league in the history of man.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. Last year, it was Michigan and Florida State that finished unranked. And, he's not going to like this now, is he? AC's not going to like this little number either when you're talking.
I was just told he's from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
I could say something that just might get us all in trouble. The LSU.
Yeah.
Okay. LSU, Oklahoma, Florida, and Mississippi State all have more top 25 teams on their schedule than Penn State and Indiana play combined.
That's not shocking.
Indiana only has 3. Penn State only has 3. Illinois, who a lot of people think Burt could do something in the Big Ten this year. Well, he should, because as of right now, they only play 2 top 25 teams on their schedule.
Yeah.
By the way, Alabama will play number 5 Georgia, number 9 LSU, number 13 South Carolina, number 18 Oklahoma, and number 24 Tennessee.
Well, like I said, man, Mike Valente, who is the co-host with our great friend Rico Beard over in Detroit. Mike's my brother from another mother, so with his rants, and so again, we have a lot of the same opinions on things, and I'll just keep it at that, even though they are more Big Ten slanted being up there,
Look, and we've said it, though, from the very beginning. I mean, we've said it. Texas travels to Ohio State in week 1. It's a 1 versus 3 matchup because Ohio State will start the preseason ranked number 3 in the AP poll. By the way, Penn State is number 2.
Yeah.
Texas and Penn State. It's one of the closest voting point-wise in the preseason and we've had in years. And I mean years. Texas, Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia. Those are your top 5. Notre Dame, Oregon, Alabama, LSU, Miami. Those are your top 10. So Alabama starts the year at number 8. Arizona State, Illinois, South Carolina, Michigan, Florida, your top 15. SMU, Kansas State, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Indiana checks in at 20, Ole Miss 21. Iowa State, Texas Tech, Tennessee, and Boise State. Those are your top 25 in the preseason.
As Valente would say, he would say Kirk Signetti, fraud. I would agree. Sorry.
Texas Tech, remember, I think they were 8-5 last year. Okay, yeah. They're getting in the top 25.
How much did they get per win?
Yeah. By the way, though, you know who's not in the top 25 in the preseason? Missouri.
Yeah.
Missouri's had back-to-back double-digit win seasons.
Yeah.
Okay, they are left out of the preseason top 25. In the last decade, only 3 other programs have been left out after 2 consecutive 10-win seasons. The last time it happened to an SEC team was 1984.
Nice.
Georgia had back-to-back 10-win seasons in 82 and 83, but got left out of the preseason poll in 1984.
The year after Herschel left.
Yeah. The last time it happened as a whole, Washington in 2024, That was the year after Kalen DeBoer left. And then Wisconsin in 2018. Those are the only 2 times in the last decade that it's happened. But Missouri left out of the preseason polls after back-to-back 10-win seasons. Texas Tech did not even have a 10-win season last year inside the top 25 preseason. So take it for what you want. The AP preseason poll means you can say it means absolutely nothing, but lots of times the teams that have early success that are inside the top 25 have an easier road to climb the poll as far as getting into the playoffs. Bama Bino with us this morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, buddy. Bring some intelligence to the show.
Hey, is it me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is Bama Bino, but anyway, I'll bail you out there. You know, I'm a team player. A while ago, y'all had to hold back on saying something about the Bangladesh, but I'm not employed there, so I can say it. I'm calling Tom Holman and Christy Holm, and we're going to get an immigration check. We've got an errant caller. Yeah. But anyway, I thought, I didn't know if my radio was cutting out or if I just hadn't had enough coffee this morning and wasn't woke up, but I couldn't barely understand him, and I didn't know what he was talking about.
Well, Scott's messing with Baghdad Bob over here, which is Bangladesh's cousin.
Because Baghdad Bob's a little staticky this morning.
Yeah, it is a little
Baghdad Bob's a little ornery.
Yeah, it's a little ornery. It's staticky in my headset there.
I don't know which knob is yours. I would try to fix it, but I can't.
I don't know. Steve will call in and tell us.
If I do this, does it get better?
I don't know. Worse. It's horrible. Like it's about to blow up.
Well, I never have heard that.
Oh my God, it's terrible. Thanks, Scott.
I'm trying.
Baghdad's awful. It's like AC's cousin. Good Lord, I can barely hear anything. Now I can't even hear Bama Bino. Good heavens, Steve.
It's plugged into the rear.
Yeah, I know. Got
Well,
tape everywhere.
I guess Texas already got their rings ordered then.
Yeah, Texas won 5 national championships last night.
Well, I mean,
they've crowned themselves 5 times.
I'd rather see, Texas and Arch Manning win it than a bunch of pukes from the Big Ten.
Oh, I had to. I really, really would. But there's some of the blue bloods got a little haughty there in the 2010s, and of course I don't know what for because we beat them, and but they've got them and A&M's got more money than the Federal Reserve seems like, but you'd think they would have another few trophies on the wall, but I think Arch, and I'm behind Steve Sarkisian. I like his resume. I like his story, and I think his heart is all the way in it. They're going to probably be putting pressure on him if he don't win it this year. But, I mean, I don't think they can do – you can't get a better as far as a person and someone with knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't think that's available that wants to come to Texas with all that pressure. I'm not saying the board's not better than him, but I doubt he'd leave Alabama for Texas. Stranger things have happened, but it makes me, every time I see Sarkisian, it makes me want to be young again. He squats down and reads that playbook he's got, and I can't. I haven't been able to squat like that and on 2 legs without it just hurting me to even look at somebody doing that. I've had a knee replacement and already probably going to need another in a couple of years, but I don't know. I'm just ready for some good football. They'll help Ty out this year and call some. We've got some good talent around him. I think. I know we got Williams, but I don't know about any of the other receivers. What kind of talent we got on receivers?
Well, I mean, Jeremy Bernard's back. He had a good year last year. Bama Bino, he's going to kind of be the leader of the group. And I would watch Isaiah Horton. He once again made a big play in the scrimmage Saturday. He and Ty seem to have some really good chemistry. I think Cole Adams being back healthy is going to help. No doubt about it. I think, and then I think Rico Scott is a sophomore that is going to, maybe take that next step. So I definitely think they're going to have weapons. Josh Cuevas at tight end, as long as he can get completely healthy before the season. He's another guy that can, and I think Daniel Hill, besides Jam Miller, because Jam's going to start, but I think Daniel Hill as a change of pace backup running back. Like I said, I don't think Alabama is going to lack for weapons. I think they're going to be just fine.
Is Hill the one you was talking about from Mississippi that
yes, sir.
140 pounds?
That's correct.
He ought to be able to pack a punch. Doesn't he have some speed too?
Yeah, he's not. He's got pretty good speed for a big back and good receiving ability. He should be able to give him some problems, and then we'll see what happens with Richard Young. Richard has some breakaway speed as well. I think they have good talent. And don't forget Draylon Washington. Sometimes I forget about him. He's a graduate transfer from Louisiana. He's another one that they may create a role for. I think they're going to play 3 or 4 backs.
What about our offensive line? Can we hold the block long enough to get a man through there?
I mean, certainly hope so. There was a lot of encouraging things we heard, especially early on Saturday. I think they're healthy for the most part, except for Jaden Roberts. Jaden's a little banged up, but Gino Vandermark certainly was really good in his stead, and hopefully Jaden will be healthy for Tallahassee.
Okay, well, guys, as usual, y'all are covering the bases, and I like the humor mixed with sincerity, and you got support up here on Sand Mountain and Ellis Place, so y'all keep up the good work.
Thank you, Bama Bino.
Appreciate you.
You got to have humor sometimes when you have stupidity.
Well, I mean, Baghdad calmed down a little bit. I don't know what the hell was going on.
I still have a little bit of snow in the ears, but not as much as...
I don't have any right now. I don't know. I don't know what
peaks
happened.
and valleys. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
Just went away. Got to get a break in. Doug Greenberg put out an article on ESPN. Who? Doug Greenberg.
Okay.
Yeah. But he says, let's see. Nope. I got to find the right one. It's I will find it and I will explain it all to you, but it has to deal with Texas and Alabama in the same conversation. Explain it all next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Your Fox 54 weather brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly cloudy sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s. We're also talking about some scattered showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Temperatures dropping into the low 70s as we head into the overnight. Another mostly cloudy sky for your Wednesday. Once again, temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s with scattered showers and thunderstorms.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at Your Home Window. Now is the time to take advantage of their huge end-of-summer sale and get ready for the fall. Right now, all windows are 35% off. All exterior doors are 40% off. Now, you get the whole door, just the price is 40% off. And get this, 0% interest for 18 months, as in no interest, nada, none. As always, the estimates are free, as is the lifetime warranty. To make an appointment, go to yourhomewindow.com. That's yourhomewindow.com.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
Where's the best place for sports? What about the best place for wings? If you answered Jefferson's for both, you're right. Jefferson's is also a great place for value. Every Monday, kids eat free with the purchase of an adult meal, and teachers bring your teacher ID and you eat free every first Tuesday of the month up to $15. Jefferson's, best place for sports, best place for wings, in Hampton Cove and our latest location, now open in New Market on Winchester Road.
Talking Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Weekday mornings beginning at 7 a.m. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
American nights, shake your body dry on the coastline.
Watch these kids in college.
Love it. Welcome back to Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond, and this is what I was referring to before we went to break. It's actually in The Athletic, and it's by Ralph Russo, and he labels it as Texas college football's new Alabama.
Well, I mean, whatever. He probably took his vaccine this morning.
He said last season, Texas maneuvered past Alabama and created a new pecking order in the SEC. He says this year will determine whether it sticks, but everything appears to be in place for Texas to take the Crimson Tide's spot alongside Georgia as the conference biggest bullies. He also goes on to say that Kalen DeBoer enters year 2 with a roster talented enough to return the Crimson Tide to the ranks of the national championship contenders, but Alabama still faces questions about what its post-Nick Saban reality will be like.
Well, we're certainly going to start to find that out this year, aren't we?
He says Texas has moved into a new phase of its development under Sarkisian.
How many rings they got? Zero. They got as many as Alabama's got. None. They've never won the SEC title. They haven't won in a national championship. So much for them all of a sudden taking the mantle. Shut up, Russo. You're a buffoon. Go to Dr. Dumbass's party. I'm sure you want to, you schmuck. What's Georgia's record against Texas? They've beaten the hell out of them every time they played them. Yes, Texas beat Alabama one time. Whoop-de-damn-do. Who cares? They forget that Bryce Young beat Texas. Of course, they forget things really quickly when you're a stupid Yankee that doesn't know anything.
He says as DeBoer tries to chart his own course at Alabama, the specter of Saban and the unprecedented.
Is this an episode of Scooby-Doo? I mean, shut up, Russo.
And the unprecedented standard he set still looms over the Tide.
It always will, you schmuck. Just like Coach Bryant. But that didn't stop Nick Saban. If you have the right coach, you can still win. Stop trying to create something that's not there, you buffoon.
But is all of that, is everything that Nick Saban tried to accomplish, everything that he did accomplish, Is it just set up for someone just to fail, though?
No, not if you're the right coach. You're not failing just because you're not Nick Saban.
Right.
You can certainly win. He won 9 games last year, which is the most of any first-year Alabama coach. He just didn't win the SEC or national championship. Oh, my God. Let's fire him. Shut up, you morons.
He says just because the Longhorns are thriving doesn't mean the Tide can't keep rolling.
How many times have they won the conference?
0.
Exactly.
Oklahoma's won the Big 12 more than what Texas has. He says,
neither one of them have won the SEC.
Right.
I'm just saying.
He says, but right now, while the Tide are thriving, he goes, it doesn't mean they can't keep rolling. He says, Texas is thriving, doesn't mean Alabama can't keep rolling. He says, but right now, the program in Austin appears to be closer to the one Saban left behind than the one in Tuscaloosa.
Yes, because Alabama just went through the transition, you schmuck. I mean, good grief. Such riveting writing there from a Yank. Stay in the Big Ten, maggot.
He compared the fact that when Kirby left and went to Georgia, he implemented a Nick Saban-esque style program. Steve Sarkisian leaves and goes to Texas and is creating a Nick Saban-esque style program. And he's kind of relating all the three and basically saying that Georgia has accomplished it.
What's Georgia's
Texas
record against Alabama? 1 for.
Right.
If it wasn't for a couple ACL injuries, it'd be 0. And then they'd be trying to fire Kirby. Except for he beat Wofford because Alabama got upset. After Harbaugh tried to cheat and still lost to Coach Dykes over there at TCU.
What? I've not heard that one.
And let's be truthful.
Okay,
Michigan cheated both years because there was cheating signs left and right. Now, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But it was, I'm sorry, you got caught. And so you pay I mean, are they going to make you vacate it? They should, but they won't. There it is. You're going to be able to keep the championship. They've allowed others to vacate, but we all know who won the championship. Michigan won it. They were the best team, but we all know what they were doing. Let's not try to kid ourselves here.
Right.
They were cheating their ass off.
But has the pecking order in the SEC changed? Is it Georgia, Texas, followed by Alabama now, or is Alabama still one of the top 2?
We'll find out. Look, man, that'll be proven this year.
Okay.
I mean, Alabama wasn't last year. That's fine. It was a transition year.
Does Texas have to win it all this year?
How many times? What was Kirby's record his first year? Just tell me. What was Kirby's record his first year? And who did he lose to? Oh, that's right. Damn it. He lost to Vanderbilt, too. He didn't just transition right away to winning national championships. Doggone it. Shut up. You'll never be on this show, you buffoon Yank.
There we go. Add that one to the banned list. Or I should say, he's not going to get invited to dinner. We have not had one of those in a while.
He's just like Stuart Mandel and the other buffooneries.
We have not
he wanted
had
college football canceled in 2020. He's an idiot.
We have not had somebody not get in uninvited to dinner in a long time.
Well, we were never going to talk to Ralph anyway. Hey, Ralphie boy, you're a moron.
Ralphie boy, what is that? Honeymooners?
Yes.
Oh, anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that one. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, he makes not really a lot of points in there, but
he's just trying to get people to click on his garbage, man. After he went and got vaccinated.
DeBoer's debut produced a 9-4 season, highlighted or maybe low-lighted by some losses that had previously been unthinkable.
Yeah, well, it happens. Kirby lost to Vandy as well. Don't hear him mentioning that. Sark lost to Arkansas. Got the hell beat out of him. But let's not mention that. You're just supposed to snap your fingers, and it's just supposed to work the first year. Off to a rolling start. Otherwise, it's a flop.
What if Texas does not win the title this year? What happens? Because this appears, this is a very talented Texas roster right now. What if they don't win? What's the conversation, the narrative if they don't win?
Make the playoffs, there shouldn't be a whole lot of consternation. It's not that easy to do.
Right,
okay?
right.
It's not as easy as Nick Saban made it look. It's hard to compare someone to Nick Saban because he did things we'd never seen before. Okay? Kirby, there were people all over Kirby, but he won it twice.
Is that why we shouldn't?
The thing is, he didn't just – yes, he beat Alabama. Alabama had some injuries, issues at wide receiver with J-Mo and Mechie, but at the same time, the next year he won it and he crushed TCU. You know what I'm saying? So,
is this why it's hard to be that guy after the guy? Because everything Kalen DeBoer does, and we monitored it in year one. We dissected it under a microscope in year one, how he handles press conferences, how he does this, how he does that, how he's walking here.
Because of Saban.
Yes.
Okay, you knew that was going to happen.
Yes.
And so, like I said, Kirby proved beyond a shadow of a doubt he was Saban's, top protege by doing what he did back to back.
Yes.
And then Alabama beat him in 23 in the SEC championship game. But let's be honest, and I'm going to be. Alabama took advantage of Georgia in that situation because two outstanding guys who I think are going to be, one, a Hall of Fame player in Brock Bowers, and two, probably a 10-year plus pro in Ladd McConkey weren't completely healthy. So Alabama took advantage of that. So it works both ways. You can't sit there and not say it doesn't because then you're not being genuine. So Alabama took advantage of that. But I think Kirby's done a great job. I think Sark is on that track. We'll see if he can finish it. But, and right now, I will say the one point that I think Ralph Stupo is making is that is Texas better than Alabama right now? Yeah, of course. And Sark beat out Alabama a couple of years ago in the regular season. But look, man, the year before he did not. Bryce Young won that game. It was a close one. I think. I picked Texas to win the SEC, but at the same time, I think Alabama is still very much a factor, and I think that they could take Texas out in Atlanta. Wouldn't surprise me. But again, I think Texas has what it takes to win a national championship, but there's no guarantees. It's hard to do. It's harder now because you got to go through an SEC championship game, but you'll still very likely get in the playoff, but then you got to win
2 to 3 games in the playoffs.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
It depends on, if you make the SEC championship game or not. So, because don't forget, Ohio State did not make the Big Ten championship game. And so they ended up having to win, I believe, 4 games to win it all. So there you go. So it's not easy.
All right. What is easy? Well, knowing when we got to take a break. We got to take one now. 7:48 on a Tuesday morning. Talking Ball 97.7 ESPN. The Zone, Space and Bills.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that takes care of all your masonry, insulation, and landscaping needs. Eagle brings the same level of expertise to all these disciplines, and they're ready to provide you with a free quote. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware is your locally owned and operated hardware store. We're not just about numbers, we're about helping neighbors, because our Ace Hardware store is part of your community. We're committed to being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience. As the helpful hardware folks in your neighborhood, we promise that helping you is the most important thing we have to do today. Stop by and visit Lake Gunnersville Ace Hardware today, 1536 Blunt Avenue in Gunnersville.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama, located online at universitykia.com.
Welcome back, Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Scott Tyson, Drew DeArmond, 7:52 on a Tuesday morning. And 256-576-4977. That's how you can be a part of the program. During the break, we got a call, and it was a question that said, hey, look, Arch Manning making his first full year as a starting quarterback for Texas. Ty Simpson making his first full year as a starter for Alabama. And Texas is getting a lot of attention. Preseason #1 in the AP poll. Arch Manning, one of the Heisman favorites right now in Vegas. Arch Manning and Ty Simpson, if you look at their numbers, very similar right now going into a new year. Both of them unproven. Both of them have to navigate a full SEC schedule for the very first time. But it seems like Texas and Arch Manning gets a lot more attention than what Ty Simpson gets.
That's what happens when you have a man. If Arch had gone to Alabama, he almost did. The final three with Texas, Georgia, and Alabama, it would be off the wall right now like Elvis in the building. You think there's a lot of people around him when he came in to SEC Media Days representing Texas. I think there would have been even more media around him if he'd been representing Alabama, because I know our state is not as big as Texas. I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying that I think football is every bit as fanatical in Alabama as it is in Texas, and he would have been surrounded maybe by even more people that would have wanted a piece of him. There's no doubt about it. I mean, but again, there's pressure on both guys. They both have to produce. Arch has a couple more starts. Certainly Ty has not started a game, but there's a lot of similarities between the two. Both are former 5-star players. Ty came off the bench to win a game a couple years ago for Alabama. Arch came off the bench last year, played pretty well when Quinn Ewers was hurt. So I think that's why there's expectations on both of them. I think Ty's a good fit for what Coach Kalen DeBoer wants to do. And then everybody knows what I think of Sark and his quarterback development. He does a great job. So I think both guys are being set up to succeed, and that's why I picked them both to get to Atlanta and face off in the SEC championship game.
Speaking of quarterbacks, speaking of Alabama quarterbacks, speaking of former Alabama quarterbacks, announced just a little bit ago that former Alabama quarterback Dylan Lonergan has been named the starting quarterback for Boston College.
Yeah, he'll be a redshirt sophomore, Mr. Lonergan from Brookwood, Georgia. Spent a couple years at Alabama, redshirted, and then was one of the backups last year. I always thought he was a very talented kid. He and Ty Lockwood, who's a tight end, followed Bill O'Brien after a year to Boston College to try to get on the field. We'll see what happens with Lockwood, but certainly Lonergan going to take the snaps, and I think that speaks well of Alabama's quarterback room and the talent level as you've got another Power 4 starter at another place. We'll see how Dylan performs. He was also a really good baseball player coming out of high school, but always really liked him. I thought he was under the radar a little bit because he wasn't a quote-unquote 5-star guy, but I think he has a lot of talent.
So he will start for Boston College. You got Julian Sayin potentially being the starting quarterback for Ohio
Alabama
State.
For 2 cups of coffee.
Well, I mean, he still was there.
Then he bailed out. But, yeah, he was there for a bowl practice or two. Never really was there for the spring. And
right.
He'll probably be the next quarterback of the Sucks. So.
As they take on Texas in the season opener.
Yeah.
By the way,
Texas
is the first AP preseason #1 team to head into an opener as an underdog.
Oh, got you.
Yes, they are a -2.5. Texas or Ohio State is favored in that one. That has
Ralph
not
Russo
happened.
said they'd arrived.
That has not happened. They started doing all this. They're keeping track of this data since 1978. So the previous tightest week 1 point spread, though, was when Florida State lost an outright game as a 4-point favorite at number 8 Miami in 1988.
Uh-oh.
Auburn lost
Erickson.
as a 5-point favorite against number 10 Miami in 1984.
You said Auburn did?
Yeah.
Interesting.
1984. They lost as a 5-point favorite against number 10 Miami.
Coach Dye getting it cranked up.
Yep. And then Notre Dame won and covered as a 5-point favorite against number 4 Michigan in 1990.
Back when they were relevant.
Which one?
Notre Dame.
A lot of people want to make a lot of people that just love the Big Ten want to make a point to say that in 23 Michigan was ranked preseason number 2, picked to win the Big Ten. They won the title. In 24, Ohio State was your preseason AP number 2, picked to win the Big Ten, won the national championship. This year, Penn State, preseason AP number 2, picked to win the Big Ten.
They're going to finally have to stop gagging.
A lot of pressure on James Franklin. We'll talk Alabama.
We're talking about that.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
SportsMed is the official team physicians of the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And if the pros trust SportsMed, you can too. SportsMed provides every service you might need for complete orthopedic care, specializing in orthopedic surgery, sports medicine, joint replacement, spine surgery, neurosurgery, and podiatry. And they offer their own brace shop, in-house full-body MRI, physical therapy, walk-in clinic, and so much more. 4 locations and on the web at sportsmedalabama.com.
This hour brought to you by SportsMed Orthopedic and Spine Center. Online at sportsmedalabama.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at Your Home Window. Now is the time to take advantage of their huge end of summer sale and get ready for the fall. Right now, all windows are 35% off. All exterior doors are 40% off. Now you get the whole door, just the price is 40% off. And get this, 0% interest for 18 months, as in no interest, nada, none. As always, the estimates are free, as is the lifetime warranty. To make an appointment, go to yourhomewindow.com. That's yourhomewindow.com.
Welcome to Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline now, 256-576-4977. That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Scott and Drew.
Sportsmed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center helping us kick off hour number 2. Yay! 256-881-5151. Wow. To experience the Sportsmed difference. Miles Garrett. Wow. Wow. He looks big. SportsMedAlabama.com. Find them online. The official medical providers for the UAH Chargers, Rocket City Trash Pandas, both of which have homes right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Give them a call for all those nicks and bruises. Don't forget, they got a Saturday sports clinic coming up here very soon. And we're going to start filling you in on all those dates for the Saturday sports clinic for SportsMed Orthopedic Surgery and Spine Center. We kicked off hour number 1 by talking about Alabama naming, no surprise, Ty Simpson as their starting quarterback for the week 1 game at Florida State, which is coming up very, very, very fast. Good news is Alabama does have another scrimmage left to go through everything.
Yeah, they do. They have a scrimmage coming up on Saturday inside Bryant-Denny Stadium. And we've even seen one of the quarterbacks that left town. I'm not sure how much credit they'll get from Ralph Dummo and the rest of the national media for that, because at least they recruited the position well. But Dylan Lonergan will be the starting quarterback at Boston College. And our next guest, like myself, was very impressed with Dylan, thought he had a lot of potential. But he also hosts the daily podcast, Locked on Bama. He does a great job with Luke Robinson. And he's someone like myself who's followed and chronicled Ty Simpson's journey at the University of Alabama. We're going to talk about that and more after scrimmage number 1. And we're honored, as always, to be joined by QB Country on X. But it's Jimmy Stein who's joining us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline this morning. Jimmy, good morning. You're with Drew and Scott. How are you?
Hey, doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
And I tell you what, Jimmy, just real quick to get your thoughts. I know it just happened right before you came on the show, but Dylan Lonergan, I thought, showed a lot of potential in his short time in Tuscaloosa in 2 years, but not really surprised. Bill O'Brien kind of handpicked him, and he transferred to Boston College and now has been chosen as QB1.
Yeah, no, that's not really a shock to me at all. I know the Nick Saban staff, of course, recruited Dylan Lonergan. They were really high on him. Yeah. I mean, really high on him. As a matter of fact, I mean, I don't know that the kid's going to say it. I don't know that it was an official thing. But when Eli Holstein left Alabama, we see how well he's done.
Yes.
The thinking was
good point.
Holstein left because he was, concerned that the Saban staff was going to ride with Dylan Lonergan. When it came time to choose between those two who were in the same class, Holstein felt that it looked like the staff liked Lonergan. And we saw how great Eli was at Pitt in their situation a year ago. So I think Lonergan's going to do as well as Holstein's done, but so much is dependent. The quarterback, so much is dependent on what's around him. There's only so much you can do by yourself. Mm-hmm. You need protection. You need targets to distribute the ball to. You need a running back that can help you out. I'm not sure what he's going to have at BC, But I expect that Dylan will do well. Nick Saban, during the latter half of his tenure, one of the things you can really hit a dividing line on, guys, is Nick Saban. The first half of the tenure, there were a lot of quarterback takes that didn't necessarily work out. Now, they usually had a quality starter, but they weren't hits on all of the quarterback takes. During the second half of Saban's tenure, they had a remarkable run of picking the right quarterbacks, and that extended beyond simply having a good starter. There were backups who would later become starters or transfer and did well. And, Lonergan and Holstein were in the middle of Saban's run of picking good quarterbacks at the end.
Well, you translate that into where we're at now, and that's just, to me, all more impressive that Ty Simpson named starter yesterday, that he stayed through all of this. I mean, he battled and stayed. Dylan Lonergan leaves. I mean, you look at all these other quarterbacks from around the country that have left schools after a year or maybe two. To me, that is what's impressive, that Ty Simpson stays, doesn't win the starting job a couple years ago, wins it this year.
Yeah, and, we'll never know the exact truth as to all of it, guys.
Yeah.
But it would be really interesting to read through Ty Simpson's DMs over the last 4 years. And by that, I mean, the number one, the players that are approached the most in the portal of all are quarterbacks who aren't playing, who were 5-star talents in high school. I mean, that's who, when you talk about tampering, there's your number one tampering target, 5-star quarterbacks who aren't starters. So Ty's DMs were probably lit up during his entire stay at Alabama, and he stayed the course. He played where he wanted to. He played where he wanted to play. He wanted to be the quarterback at Alabama. He saw a path. He would just have to be patient, and the patience paid off. And make no mistake, Ty wasn't named the starting quarterback because he's the oldest kid alone.
Right.
I mean, this was a three-man competition, and he not only won the spot in spring practice and fall camp, he won the spot so easily. I think they're naming him before they anticipated naming a starter. It's just the so-called boxing match that was called early. I think Ty wins by TKO here.
Well, and that's a great way to put it. And we're talking to QB Country on X, and that's Jimmy Stein, co-host of the Locked On Bama podcast. And Jimmy, I'm going to give you the floor. I mean, what did you hear coming out of the weekend about Ty's performance, and which led to this announcement last night?
I think command of the offense, and I know that's a nondescript term to many, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. It means exactly what it says. He knows the offense. He sees the field. He knows where to go with the ball. He plays as he's coached to do. He's got good weapons around him. He's a distributor, but he's also a playmaker. I've seen just this morning, I saw just a random comment about how they have a lot of confidence in Ty as a game manager. I do too, but I think that's selling him a little short athletically. I mean, you don't see the term game manager applied to 5-star talents. I mean, let's remember Ty was a 5-star guy. Those 5 stars aren't awarded to kids because they happen to be the son of a coach or a kid that works hard or a kid that's smart. The 5 stars go to kids who are big, strong, fast, insanely gifted physically. And that's Ty. I mean, he's remarkably athletic. He's got a pretty big arm. And yeah, he does have those intangibles. Dad's not only the head coach at UT Martin, Dad was a quarterback. Dad played quarterback for Southern Miss, and then was a quarterback coach. So Ty has been immersed in this since he was small, but he's very physically gifted, and I think he can be a great game manager because of those intangibles. But that's selling his tangibles short. This is a big, strong kid who's very athletic. We would be talking about his athleticism all the time if he wasn't replacing Jalen Milroe.
And it sounds like, and what we've been able to hear from Kalen DeBoer and Ryan Grubb is that he has a command of the huddle. When he gets into the huddle, he knows what to say. He knows it. And it almost feels like an authoritative voice on the field. And to me, that's what you want in your quarterback.
Yeah, and a little inside baseball here, as I call it, with Grubb coming from the NFL, Grubb's a little different. That NFL experience changes everybody. I mean, you learn a lot. I mean, the hugest difference between college and NFL, and there's a lot, but the hugest difference is there's no recruiting. In college football, assistant coaches recruit about 340 out of the 365 days of the year. They're doing something related to recruiting. In the NFL, you do not, and you spend all of that time coaching and learning the X's and O's of the game. You get immersed in deep level graduate school football. So I say all that to say Alabama's got longer play calls this year. The play calls themselves are longer, and that's an NFL thing. And I think you're going to see more huddles that Alabama will actually huddle the last few years. You've seen a lot of calls at the line of scrimmage, a lot of calls that come from the sideline, a lot of those placards that are lifted, for the players to see. And then, of course, you have the communication between the quarterback and the his coach up in the booth through the mic system. But I do think you're going to see more huddles and longer play calls, and that's something that kind of feeds Ty's wheelhouse. Again, growing up in a quarterback household, he's sort of ready for anything that you would call complex. I think Ty's more ready than the two younger guys.
Well, and then Jimmy, what else offensively did you hear that encouraged you? I know there are a couple of guys banged up. We talked about Jaden Roberts and James Smith. They're offensively and defensively that did not scrimmage, but what else positive did you hear as far as with your ear to the ground coming out of Saturday?
Yeah, the run game was a positive for portions. Now, of course, you're going up against a pretty good defense. That's why it's encouraging to see the run game have success. I really think a key to this season, as much as focus will be on the new quarterback, it always is. But in my mind, if Alabama has a special season, it's going to be due to production from the running back spot. It wasn't good enough a year ago.
Right.
Now, last year they had just so much of a different run situation where the run game was so dependent on the quarterback, which is not the norm. This year will be more of a normal run game, and Alabama's got to get production from that running back spot, because if you don't, you're probably putting too much on Ty Simpson. The running back is who can alleviate that, and they got good production Saturday, not just from Jan Miller, who's had a really impressive fall camp, but other running backs like Daniel Hill had at least one big play, and I think has done really well throughout. Dre Washington, the transfer from Louisiana, he's gotten consistent praise from DeBoer and Ryan Grubb. So I think Alabama's got a little more depth there than people realize, but I'm expecting a really nice senior season from Jan Miller.
And the defensive side of the football, really strong. It's hard to say from a scrimmage, because lots of times the defense knows the offense knows the defense, and you run different things. But the defense looks like very well rounding into form right now after one scrimmage.
Yeah, that's right, Scott. This is an experienced side of the ball. Both sides are really. If you look at what now with Ty Simpson named as the starter, the projected starting lineups on offense and defense, there are only two players that are non-juniors and seniors, only two. And that's Ryan Williams on offense and Xavier Brown on defense,
wow,
who are both returning starters as sophomores. So this is a veteran group. It's an older group. Even the inside linebackers, there's three of them that are going to play most of the snaps. Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, and the transfer Nakia Hill-Green. Deontay's a fifth-year guy. Justin Jefferson's played 5 years of college football, and Nakia Hill-Green is a sixth-year guy. And that's the middle of the defense. But Quay Russaw returns as a starter. He's a redshirt sophomore in his year 3, but he returns as a starter. And then up front, you have a senior in Tim Keenan, a senior in L.T. Overton, a junior in James Smith, who's played a lot of snaps with the ones. And we all know how experienced the secondary is with DeMonte Jackson, a senior, Zabian Brown returning as a starter, and then Bray Hubbard and Keon Sabb, both juniors, I believe, returning as as starters as well. So this is a real veteran bunch on defense that played very well over the second half of last season. Let's remember, even in that bowl game, which was a bit disastrous for Alabama, but it wasn't a disaster for the defense. They only gave up around 180, 190 yards to Michigan in 4 quarters. That's next to nothing. The defense played really well over the second half of last season. There should be a lot of carryover because most of those guys are back.
And then special teams wise, I was asked about this. I didn't hear anything alarming, so I'm assuming, and I thought Talty was solid in the spring, that Talty was fine. We all know they're going to figure out Holder. And then I guess my biggest concern was punting, but I didn't hear anything alarming coming out of the scrimmage, Jimmy.
Well, I'm not expecting punting to be a strength. I mean, you're going to take a step back there because you have either a Division III transfer or a true freshman replacing a guy who's likely the starting punter for the New Orleans Saints. So you're taking a step back at punter. But on the same time, while having a great punter is helpful, Alabama fans know a lot about that because they've had a couple of great ones in J.K. Scott and James Burnip, who are NFL starters.
Mm-hmm.
But for instance, Ohio State won the national championship last year, and forgive me, I can't name their punter. I don't know who their punter was. I don't know.
Ralph Russo.
We've been giving Ralph Russo a hard time this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it might as well have been Ralph. I'm not diminishing it because having a good one's a big asset. I'm just saying that, if you're going to have a weakness, if you have a one glaring weakness on the team, a punter is one of the places I would pick. Now, I do think the kicker is probably going to be pretty good in this sense. It's been obvious that the kicker would be Connor Talty.
Mm-hmm.
The staff has worked with him over a year. Kickers are not expensive in the portal. They could have gotten a kicker last winter. They passed. They could have gotten a kicker in the spring. They passed. They must be confident in Connor Talty.
Yeah, I would agree with that, no doubt about it. And then finally, what are you going to be kind of monitoring this week in practice going into scrimmage number 2?
Yeah, I wonder if and DeBoer will probably Coach DeBoer, he'll probably address this when he meets with the media this week. Does naming Ty the starter mean now Ty's getting all those reps with the ones, and that's going to be helpful to him? I mean, does this change the rep situation at quarterback? The more reps Ty gets with the ones, the better off he's going to be. It's a huge benefit to the quarterback. You're still working on the depth chart. You're still working on who's going to be on, for instance, the travel squad.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that they're still determining. This is still fall camp. Some people took the naming of Ty Simpson as some sort of signal as, okay, now they're getting ready for Florida State. That's not the case. This is fall camp. It's still fall camp, which means installation of schemes, depth chart juggling, fundamentals, and the determination of roles. That's still being determined. I think they start getting specific about Florida State towards the end of next week.
Well, good stuff from Jimmy Stein. Couldn't get any better. Let everybody know how to follow you and Luke. And I know it's going to be another busy week on Locked On Bama. A lot of chatter going on with another scrimmage coming up.
Oh, absolutely. Locked On Bama now at the time of the year where we do 6 new shows a week. It's a new show every day, and sometimes breaking news like we did last night with Ty Simpson. Locked On Bama. You can find us on YouTube. You could also find us on the audio version wherever you get your podcast. Locked On Bama, part of the Locked On National Network.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Drew.
All right, let's get that break in, shall we? When we come back, Talking Ball going to roll on next without Ralph Russo.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event at Woody Anderson Ford. Hey folks, Bobby White back again, and I'm here to tell you now is the time to get the Ford you've been thinking about. From 0 down leases to 0% financing, we've got it going on this summer. Woody Anderson Ford has financing as low as 0% for 48 months, plus 0 down payment, plus 0 payments for 90 days, plus 2-year 25,000-mile complimentary maintenance. You can choose a 2025 Escape, F-150, Explorer, or a Mustang. Or how about 0 down lease, $499 a month for a 2025 Explorer, F-150, or Bronco, and just $399 a month for Bronco Sport, Mustang, and Escape. Again, these are 0 down with complimentary maintenance too. This is a 36-month lease with 0 down, 0 security deposit, just tax, tag, title, and your good credit. These offers end 9/2/25. It's our Woody Anderson Ford Summer Sales Event, so hurry on down. I'm Bobby White, and I hope to see you soon.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is extremely proud to have recently received numerous awards, including being voted Best Wings in the state of Alabama. Other awards received include Best All-Around Restaurant, Best American Restaurant, #1 Sports Bar, Best Chef, Best Wings, and Best Dining Experience. Thank you for 43 legendary years, and we look forward to providing you an award-winning dining experience at every visit. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
You'll love the expanded wine selection at Liquor Express. From special occasion to everyday table wines, they've got what you need. Meet your friends at the largest tap wall in Alabama with 105 rotating selections. Then take home a growler full of your favorite or choose from our 1,000 canned or bottled beers. Need help stocking your bar or planning your party? Liquor Express has a knowledgeable, professional in-house staff that can assist you with anything from your bar to the planning of your special event. Visit liquorexpress.net for tasting specials, giveaways, and classes.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know it's hot outside, so cool down with an upright or chest freezer in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get an under-counter ice machine with a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or how about a fridge out by the pool or in the garage for extra cold drinks? You can get a scratch and dent 18-cubic-foot refrigerator for just $3.49 while supplies last. Go to owenappliance.com to learn more. That's owenappliance.com.
Listen to the Rocket City Trash Pandas all season long.
Next pitch is drilled. Deep to left field. Back goes Edsel. At the wall. It's out of here. A home run. Like a tomato. Ketchup squished it.
Trash Panda Baseball is only on Talk Radio WZZN.
Can you take me higher?
Welcome back, Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Did you even know? Listen to this sound. You remember this sound from back in the day?
Sounds like a modem.
Yep. That's the AOL online dial-up service.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Thought we might have to go to that if Baghdad blew up.
But here, how about this, though? AOL still has that, and they're going to end the dial-up service after 34 years.
Oh, wow.
I would have already thought it would have been done with.
Well, there's no more Skype, I can tell you that, because I don't have a BAMS radio platform. People keep asking.
Skype?
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's called Teams.
Doesn't everybody use like Zoom now anyway?
I don't know. I guess
Skype was big.
Yeah.
Skype was big. Mm-hmm. All right. 256-576-4977. That's the number to the phone lines. You can join us if you would like to join us. Got a little bit of time. Going to talk some Florida football and football recruiting coming up at the bottom of the hour. Blake Alderman will join us. And so much with Florida when you're talking 2025.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about DJ Lagway. Got to be healthy. And I mean, boy, Billy Napier's kind of, I don't want to say pushed all the chips to the center of the table, but he's hitching his wagon to DJ Lagway. And if it goes bust, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we've already seen enough of him. If he's healthy, he's going to be a great player. That's what's it's going to take. They got to protect him. They got to keep him healthy. There's been questions about, his shoulder. There's been questions about, his knee a little bit. But if he's healthy, we saw him at SEC Media Days. He's going to be the dude. So, but their backup quarterback position is the one that's shaky as hell because they've got Vol reject Harrison Bailey, and then a walk on. So it's just it's a little bit dicey if you don't have DJ Lagway, the 5-star from Texas, healthy.
So we have talked a lot about Ty Simpson being the starting quarterback for Alabama.
Right.
Ty Simpson goes down. Alabama in that same boat, though. I mean, it's there's nothing behind him.
No, they're not in the same boat. Because even though they don't have a ton of experience, I think they have 2 talented players, no doubt about it. I think that's the difference.
Okay.
I know that neither one of them have a ton of experience, but I do think both of them have talent, no doubt about it, especially Keelan Russell. But I think both of them do.
So would you be shocked? And I guess this is a question, I don't know, maybe week 2, week 3, maybe we might even see it in week 1. Do you think there'll be a package for Keelan Russell? No? Wow, answering that right away.
No.
No package for him at all for him to
No.
come in and run a series or anything.
No. Now, could 1 or 2 of them play if they're beating the hell out of Florida State like I think they might? Then maybe, but no, there's not going to be any kind of special stupid packages. He's a good enough athlete. There doesn't need to be a stupid package for one of the other quarterbacks.
Why does it have to be a stupid package?
Because it's idiotic.
Doesn't have to be.
I mean, look, I had to sit through the damn jumbo package, which was stupid. So.
Wolverine Dan on the
no
phone
more
lines
packages,
with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Dan.
I got a question for you. You ready?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm kind of a little nervous about this because I hope I get a chance to watch my team. I believe Alabama is playing the evening game on the 30th, and so are we. So I'm being that I live here, am I going to get shut out?
I mean, I wouldn't think so, depending on what streaming service you have. I mean, certainly Alabama is going to be on television, but I'll be the first to say I haven't checked to see what network Michigan is slated to be on.
Well, you guys got the crack research team, unlike I.
Well, Alabama's a 2:30 kick at Florida State. They're early on ABC.
I thought it was an evening game.
No, they're early on ABC.
2:30.
Oh, I'm okay then. I get to watch my guys. Cool. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Ohio State and Texas is like the big noon kickoff game, I believe. And then Alabama and Florida State is at 2:30 on ABC.
You know, this is a good game for Ohio State and Texas because think about it, fellas. It's the first game of the year, right?
Yeah.
And whoever loses to almost like a number 1 team, right? So, I mean, if that's your only loss, that's really not a bad thing, right?
Right. Well, I mean, so Texas goes in as the AP number 1. If they lose it, they lose to number 3 Ohio State. Ohio State is a 2.5-point favorite at home right now over Texas. So I mean, it's an interesting game. There's a lot of different things. You know, Steve Sarkisian, SEC. You know, on
And
the
like
road.
I said, Dan, I think you'll have a relaxing evening. I mean, it's in the big house against New Mexico, the Lobos. It'll be on Peacock at 6:30 Central. So I think you'll see a nice Bryce Underwood blowout there before you get tested at Oklahoma the second week.
Okay, well, all right, that's good because I was concerned. I think, my God, here, it's not a curse living here. It's the greatest state in the union. But unfortunately, my team doesn't play here, so I thought I'd going to get knocked out.
And then, and that Oklahoma game is another night game on ABC and ESPN Plus. It's 6:30 Eastern, another 6:30 night game. But that'll be a very interesting one against OU. We'll see how far OU has come in 1 year under John Mateer.
Well, yeah, the New Mexico game is on NBC.
Yeah, it's on Peacock. NBC,
yeah, it's on NBC. So Peacock. you'll be. Yeah. I mean, even if the Bama game was a night game, you would still have them both on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I said, it's a good exposure of primetime or late evening game like that. I think that's good for the Big Ten. Plus, it's also really good for Michigan. So, or should I say, I should start doing it. Michigan, fellas, it's been real. Go Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, by the way, 18 days, 9 hours, 59 minutes, and 45 seconds away from taking on the Lobos of New Mexico.
Yeah, riveting.
Anyway.
Wish Jerry Kill was waiting on him.
Vanderbilt?
No, when he was at New Mexico State.
Oh, yes.
Okay, not New Mexico.
Tim Beck, Jerry Keel, Diego Pavia.
Not the Lobos. They're only good at basketball.
And other things. I bet you they have rodeo.
Whatever. They're not good at anything else.
West Alabama has rodeo.
I know.
Oh, I got to get a break in.
They got plenty of room for it.
Stupid. You got to get
that.
It's a package. Got to get a break in. When we come back on Talk Florida football and recruiting next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN The Zone provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather brought to you by Tellini's Italiano.
Prime Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Temperatures drop into the lower 70s as we head into the overnight. Early Wednesday morning, a mostly cloudy sky. Wednesday afternoon, temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 80s. Once again, we're talking about another opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the Tennessee Valley. We drop into the low 70s as we head into the overnight. Repeat the process on Thursday.
Your Fox 54 weather only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our workhorse special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com. When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up. From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for a once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
The Tom Abraham Show. Weekdays beginning at noon on 97.7 ESPN The Zone and WZZN TV.
$8:36 on a Tuesday morning. Welcome back in. Talking Ball, 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Feels good. College football just around the corner. We mentioned that we are just about 18 days. Not about. We are 18 days away, 9 hours, well, give or take a few minutes and seconds, from college football getting started in full force. August 30th, the date. That includes said Florida Gators and one Billy Napier as they look. The AP poll came out yesterday. They've got a bunch of ranked teams staring down the schedule once again this year. Not going to be easy, but if their quarterback stays healthy, could be one of the best in the league.
Yes, he could. No doubt. We just talked about that. Our next guest is the first time on the show, but he works for a great friend of ours, Keith Niebuhr, who is the publisher of GatorsOnline.com, part of On3. Our next guest spent a long time with 24/7 Sports before making the move to Gators Online. He's doing a great job covering Florida recruiting and football, and he's been kind enough to join us for the first time on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, and that is Blake Alderman, as he helped break this story yesterday as Florida was able to jump over both Clemson and Tennessee in the rivals team recruiting rankings after landing a big-time Texas Lone Star wide receiver, which I think had a lot to do with DJ Lagway, and we're going to find that out next as we talk to Blake Alderman here on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Blake, you're with Drew and Scott in Huntsville. How are you?
I'm good. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, man.
And you can also see him on WZZN TV as well. So
yeah, I thought he was zooming, but
he's with us.
Up.
Yep, we got him.
Thank you for joining us, Blake. I know it was a late night last night. I know you guys were following this process with Davion Gross for a while, but a big get literally and figuratively for Billy Napier.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not one that really likes to compare players to past great players. I feel like it's a disservice.
Nick Saban would love you.
So let's not say that Davion Gross is Percy Harvin or the next Percy Harvin, because that's hard to be. Okay. But if you look at the skill set, there are comparisons, right? You've got a guy that has could be a Power 4 running back at the college level. He's a wide receiver as well. He went for just under 17 total yards, and that's with punt return, kick return, all have you. It was like 1,200, 1,300 yards of total offense between the rush and the pass. So you've got a guy that has shown those that versatility, being a true weapon. He's got some speed, I think 20.25, 20.52 actually in the 200. So this is the guy that has some long distance speed there. Another guy that's a 100-meter runner. So you've got speed, you've got versatility. I mean, Florida landed a ball player last night, and I think that's the best way to put it. He's someone that could be a gadget guy. He could take carries out of the backfield. He's a wide receiver at 6'2", 190. So you've got a guy that could play slot. You could throw him outside. I mean, you've literally got an endless option of different things you could do with this type of weapon.
Boy, what a difference a year makes. Last year, it seems like Florida had to wait for results on the field. This year, Billy Napier getting his guys and getting some talent even before the season starts.
Yeah, no doubt. It feels like night and day from covering the recruiting class last cycle in the summer to this summer. We've always seen, I call it the Billy Napier summer heater. That's whenever you see him go on a run of X amount of commits, you get those guys kind of strung together there in June and July. We didn't see that last summer. Everyone was sort of wait and see, like you said. Is Billy Napier going to be there? I like Florida. Are you guys going to be there? I don't know that I want to get into this. This option's better, et cetera, et cetera. We didn't see that this year. I mean, obviously, there's some kids that want to see how Florida does, and that's even someone who's committed, maybe a target that you spin back for a flip. That's kind of recruiting, though, in general, and I think that it's a different wait and see approach because people this year want to see, can Florida back up or continue that hot streak that they finished on last year? Last season, heading into it, it was like, man, I don't know if this guy's going to be there. So it's the same sort of way they're looking at it, but in a different way. And Florida had no problem this summer. We're going into the summer OV stretch. Florida had 2 commitments, and one of those guys came right before the official visits really started, and he eventually backed off that pledge. So if you're not counting Jameer Perez, who eventually flipped to Ohio State, Florida had 1 commitment of the guys in the class now going to those OVs, and have since added 18 guys over the course of June, July, and August. So it's been a long run for those guys, but it's been a consistent run, and we're not really seeing those same kind of concerns and questions that we saw last summer.
And this program he's coming out of is, has produced a lot of talent. I mean, Nick Bolton, a linebacker I really liked at Missouri, that's now a Super Bowl champion with the Kansas City Chiefs. Marvin Mims at Oklahoma. There's been some talent come out of here in the last several years.
Yeah, no doubt. And I mean, for Florida, you land DJ Lagway, that's going to sort of be your Pied Piper of getting these guys out of Texas. At least that's the theory. Look, we've got this big time quarterback out of your state. He's come to Florida. He's doing big things. Why don't you be the next guy? That's the recruiting pitch. But you've got Billy Napier, who's got those ties to Louisiana. There are tons of Florida coaches that have Louisiana ties. Well, if you've recruited or you followed recruiting with LSU, you've seen LSU traditionally land a lot of kids over there in Texas. It's sort of that, it's the border state. You see those guys there all the time. Well, Billy Napier and a lot of his other staff members are using those ties to capitalize in Texas. You sort of use those. That got you in the door with DJ Lagway, and a guy that I think needs a shout out for just what Florida has been able to do in past cycles and this cycle in Texas is Joe Hamilton. He's an off-field staffer in the recruiting department. He's got extensive ties to the state of Texas. He's another kind of tie that's sort of been that bridge between the state of Texas recruits and this coaching staff. And it just seems like everything's starting to come together to where Florida's getting a little bit of some footing in the state of Texas. I mean, you've got DJ Lagway, like I said, you just landed Davian Gross, you landed KJ Ford out of Duncanville, one of the top high school programs in the country and certainly in the state of Texas. So we've seen Florida get a run of guys in the state of Texas. Well, this year we're starting to see a little bit more of those upper crust types of guys that Florida's capitalizing on now.
You mentioned DJ Lagway real fast. Yesterday, great day for him at practice.
Yeah, that was you mentioned Keith Niebuhr, my coworker here at Gators Online. He had a story speaking with Billy Napier after practice yesterday during his press conference that he had his best day of practice, which so far, whenever you look at what they've done in spring camp and in early part of fall camp, it's one of his few practices right now as he's dealing with those injuries. You want to keep that guy healthy. You've got a big time quarterback like that. You want to see that progression because he is young, but you absolutely want to wrap that guy in bubble wrap, lock him in a safe, whatever you need to do to keep that guy healthy at all costs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one question we've had about Florida's team is their backup quarterback situation. Inexperience and really not nearly as talented, no disrespect to the 2 young men, as DJ Lagway, because we saw enough of Lagway last year to see what kind of difference maker he is. But I know you talked about Billy going on a heater, Blake.
Yeah.
Who are up next maybe for him in recruiting? Because I know last year he waited till after the season to go on that heater because they completely flipped the script on their season, as you talked about when they struggled the first month. but right now they're 12th in the On3/Rivals rankings. Who are some of the other guys up next that Billy's pursuing?
Well, up next, it's a weird term that I know a lot of people that follow recruiting. When I say up next, that's like, oh man, I'm going to refresh the page all day because something's coming. And I
Right.
think that we're at that point in the cycle where obviously the season's starting for college teams, high school seasons are starting. Everyone's sort of focused in on what they've got going on. And 19 commits. Florida's uncommitted wise, I think the next one that's up as far as the decision date is 5-star safety Braylon Womack out of the state of Mississippi. He's down to Florida, Auburn, Texas A&M, and Ohio State. Auburn's had a little bit of buzz there going into his August 21st decision date. I think it's a Florida-Auburn battle. I think Florida's recruited him very hard. I think Auburn, both schools, you're going to have to play the NIL game to land a 5-star safety, and I think both of them are very open to doing that. I think Auburn is the one that I've heard the most as far as that NIL talk and just kind of where they're at there. And again, they have some buzz there. His sister plays softball at Auburn. She transferred from I believe, Ole Miss this past offseason. So there's family ties there. He really likes that staff. But Florida's really pushing Vinny Cincieri. Whenever he was at Washington, Vinny Cincieri, Florida safeties coach, Washington was going to make the top schools list for Braylon Womack. I doubt that he would have gone to Washington, but that's good to see. Well, now that Cincieri is there at Florida, those ties continued. It's got Florida in the mix, and that relationship is strong, and that's got Florida in what I would consider the top two heading into that decision date. And then uncommitted guys, 4-star linebacker DQ Forkpa. He's from the state of Georgia. He played at IMG. He's been there. Florida was going to more than likely land his commitment on July 12th whenever he had a decision date. He push that back. There's really no timeline right now. I'll take it in the season. I still like Florida. I think Michigan is probably their biggest threat. Florida State's in there too. No real timeline, like I said, but I think he's going to want to see some teams play this season. And then Florida's got a host of guys they're trying to flip. I think they need to flip a defensive lineman. They'd like another one. Most of their targets they've been in pursuit of have committed elsewhere, or a guy like 3-star T-Ron Richardson, out of the state of Virginia. He'll commit on August 26th. Has not visited Florida. I doubt Florida will be the pick considering no visit, but this is a guy that is planning to still take official visits after the fact, and he's plans to take one to Florida. So flips are tough, but we saw Billy flip guys left and right last cycle to end it out. So we'll see how that goes, and they've got plenty of those guys. But those are probably some of the uncommitted guys that Florida's pretty zeroed in on right now.
Well, and we're talking to Blake Alderman, GatorsOnline.com. Does a great job covering recruiting for them. It's interesting because I'm glad you brought him up. He's a former guest on our show before he decided to get into the coaching profession. He did a year or so of media, and he did a great job for me as an analyst. But what is the feedback you're getting early on with Vinny Cincieri joining the staff?
Well, I think in the terms of coaching, he's on the younger side, and I think that's good for relating to your players, relating to recruits. That's kind of what you want to do. There's a lot of factors in recruiting as far as NIL and depth chart and this, that, and the other. But relationships do matter, and I think Vinny Cincieri having that sort of young age, he's able to connect with some of these guys. But it's funny that most of the recruits and guys just talk about his energy on the field, and that's a guy that looks like he'd go out and give you probably 20 snaps today. Like he's still in like that game shape. He's got the big energy. The early returns have been good as far as him as a coach. He's able to, he's been at that level. He's been at that level at Alabama. He's been at that level in the NFL. This is a guy that knows it. He's got that football IQ. And that's something that if you can teach it and you can relate to guys and you can connect to people, the knowledge you have, you can relay that to someone and then they can go do it themselves. It's sort of passing on the stick to the next age group. And I think that that's something that Vinny Cincieri does a really good job of. As far as recruiting, I think it's still early to tell. He's landed 4-star Caden Hall, got that one done. It had him move up his decision date from, I think it was like July 12th or 2nd or something at one point to committing like 2 days after his official visit in June. So we saw him able to get this guy to move up his timeline. So you want to see someone, strike and get things done. He showed that there. I think if he is able to pull a rabbit out of the hat and land a 5-star safety like Braylon Womack, that certainly gives me enough evidence to tell this guy knows how to recruit and get in there and get it done. So sort of wait and see on that. But I think just the energy and how he relates to people are probably some of the more common things that come up and just so far since he's been here at Florida.
Well, great stuff, man.
Good stuff.
And finally, just one more thought on Davion Gross. I know you mentioned a Percy Harvin type skill set. Is that what he ultimately projects as? Is he going to be a slot receiver, running back? What are your thoughts on his future as a Gator?
I think he's going to be a receiver. I think he's At 6'2", 190, he's sort of that Ricky Pearsall type of frame. He could play outside. He could move in the slot. Billy Napier and his offense, like that's something that they'll do. If you're a 5'11", 6-foot type of guy, you're probably more of a true slot. But if you've got that 6'1", 6'2", and up, you can, play a little bit of both if you have the movement. I think you could use him as a gadget type of guy, sort of like a Eugene Wilson, end arounds, throw him in and, just orbit screens and just different ways to get the ball in space to him. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the guy that eventually could take some handoffs out of the backfield at 6'2", 190 out of high school. We'll see how he sort of bulks up. And like I said, I think this is the guy that he could be a power 4 running back if he wanted to. I think he's that good with the ball in his hands, the speed, the movement. But I think his future is sort of a combo receiver that could play slot and outside, who's also going to be involved in some way in the running game. But I don't know if that's going to be your traditional line up behind the quarterback or next to the quarterback and take the handoff and go. I think he's someone that'll be sort of like a strategic gadget type of guy to get the ball in his hands that way.
Well, we appreciate it, Blake.
Yes,
I know you're
we do.
very busy, brother. Let everybody know how to follow you, and Keith and Corey and the whole staff do a great job at GatorsOnline.com.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Keith, Corey Bender, Zach Albaverdi, and myself, Gators Online. It's the On3 website on the On3 network. We're actually running a promo during fall camp. First week, $1, and you also get complimentary access to the athletics. So that's a pretty cool incentive that we've got going on right now. We've had tons of scoop with fall camp going on. Everyone wants to know about DJ Lagway. Recruiting's still going on here, so we're still busy over here this way, my end. So it's a busy time. We're excited football season to get started. It feels like it's been 10 years since last football season, so we're all kind of itching to see it all again.
No doubt, man. Thank you for the time, brother.
Thanks.
Absolutely appreciate it.
All right, let's get that final break in. Going to wrap all of this up on a Tuesday next.
Keith is the one that helped me get a hold of him last night. He said I could do it, but I couldn't. He's like,
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Eagle Masonry and Insulation. It's right there in the name. Eagle is your one-stop shop for block, stone, or brickwork, monument signs, and outdoor kitchens and fireplaces. Eagle also offers the finest craftsmanship and insulation, including fiberglass or spray foam insulation, and of course, insulation removal. Philip Love and his team have years of experience, bringing the region the best in masonry and insulation services. For more information and a quote, visit insulatewitheagle.com or call 256-755-1556. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan today at 256-208-9000.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Tom Abraham here from my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. You know it's hot outside, so cool down with an upright or chest freezer in stock at Owen Home Appliance Center. And don't let those beverages get hot. Get an under-counter ice machine with a built-in pump for just $12.99. Or how about a fridge out by the pool or in the garage for extra cold drinks? You can get a scratch and dent 18 cubic foot refrigerator for just $3.49 while supplies last. Go to OwenAppliance.com to learn more. That's OwenAppliance.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com. It's time for tomorrow's headlines today with Scott Tyson and Drew DeArmond on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
We haven't touched on it yet because really it's only worth about 30 seconds worth of time anyway. And that is what's going on in Norman, Oklahoma. with quarterback John Mater. X-World last night became a blaze with some Venmo transactions, has his name on it, apparently showing that he bet on college football games, a couple of them. He told the school today, or he told the school last night that he never has gambled. The school's aware of the Venmo transactions. They're looking into it. There's a lot to sift through here. Something smells funny about all of this, and not in a way that's going to get him in trouble, I don't think. I think it's something. We don't know.
Opened up this can of worms a few years ago. So there you go.
Yeah. Baghdad Bob is.
It's settled down.
No, it's not.
That's for me. My cord's working right. Like your cord must be screwed up.
If I touch your knobs.
No, I'm good right now. So mine calmed down. I didn't know you were going through hell. Hey, quit messing with mine. I'm good.
I was messing with mine.
Whatever. I mean, I didn't know you were having the static issues.
Yeah, I've had it for like the last hour.
Red flag, red flag, red flag.
Pete Hamill letting us know
Who
that
cares?
They are aware of his Venmo activity that surfaced online twice.
Doesn't matter if you email Pete, he won't call you back anyway. Who gives a rat's ass?
Consistently denied to OU officials ever being involved with gambling, per source. So there you go. Like I said, it's an ongoing investigation. What will it lead to? We don't know.
Might talk about it tomorrow. We won't talk to Pete.
What?
We won't talk to Pete.
We will not talk to Pete. No, we will not talk to Pete. Or Ralph Russo will not be coming over for dinner anytime soon.
Well, shoot.
He's joined the not invited list for dinner.
Yeah. Go over there with the liberals.
All because he asked the question, is Texas college football's new Alabama?
They've never even been Alabama in their first place. Ever.
Oh, but the dynasty has crumbled. It's no more. It does not exist.
Yeah, 5 whole years. It's been 20 for Texas. We'll see if a Manning can save them.
And we've learned that the Big Ten is the most dominant college football conference in America. At least that's what AC told us.
Allah.
Oh, we had such a journey for 2 hours today.
Hopefully he'll get deported.
Who, AC?
Yep.
Back at it tomorrow.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AF